They say when a lion dies, even dogs come to urinate on his body. When Emmanuel died, I became that body, and the dogs came. Monday came too quickly. I woke up on the mat, my hand automatically reaching for Emmanuel's side before I remembered he was gone. The space beside me was cold. Ruby was whimpering on my chest. My breasts were still dry. I had no milk, no money for formula, no food in the house. I touched my bald head. It felt strange, like someone else's head was sitting on my neck. The black morning cloth was on the floor where I'd thrown it last night. I picked it up and tied it around my head. This is who I am now. Bibi the widow, Bibi the helpless, Bibi the prey. The children woke up one by one. David asked the question I knew was coming. Mama, where is Daddy? I had been answering this question every day since we came back from the village. Daddy is in heaven, my dear. When is he coming back from heaven? How do you explain death to a 3-year-old? How do you tell him that heaven is not like Lagos, that there are no buses that bring people back? Daddy is not coming back, David. Why? Because heaven is very far. Then let us go and bring him. Abigail, my wise 8-year-old, pulled David close. Daddy is with Jesus now. Jesus needed him in heaven. Bless him. My 5-year-old started crying. But I need him here. Tell Jesus to send him back. I gathered all of them in my arms, Ruby included. We sat there on the mat, a bundle of grief and hunger and confusion. Outside, Lagos was already awake, generators roaring, hawkers shouting, buses honking. Life was moving. But inside our room, we were stuck, frozen in the moment. Emmanuel left us. Mama, I'm hungry, David said. I had 1 cup of rice left. I boiled it with salt, maggi, and little palm oil. I divided it among the 4 of them. They ate quietly, their eyes asking the question their mouths didn't ask. Is this all? Yes, my children, this is all. After they ate, Abigail asked, Mama, are we going to school today? School. The word stabbed me. It had been 2 weeks since they went to school. 2 weeks of staying home, playing in the compound, forgetting their ABC and 123. Abigail was in primary 3. Blessing was in primary 1. David was in nursery. Their fees had not been paid. The balance Emmanuel was supposed to pay before he died, 31,000 naira, was still hanging like a sword over my head. Not today, my dear. When, Mama? Soon. You said soon last week. I know, Abigail, I know. She didn't push further. She just nodded and went to sit by the window, staring at children in school uniforms passing by. My heart broke into smaller pieces. I was still sitting there, trying to figure out how to survive the day, when I heard footsteps outside. Heavy footsteps. Then a knock on the door. Loud, impatient knocking. I stood up, wrapped my wrapper properly, and opened the door. 2 men stood outside. One was tall and dark, wearing a black shirt that was too tight for his chest. The other was shorter, with a tribal mark across his left cheek and a scar above his eyebrow. They looked like trouble. They smelled like trouble. Good morning, I said, my voice shaking. The tall one spoke. His voice was like gravel in a metal bucket. You are Mrs. Emmanuel? Yes. We are looking for your husband. My heart sank. My husband is dead. He died 3 weeks ago. They looked at each other. The short one smiled. It was not a friendly smile. Dead? So he died and left our money, Abi. Money? What money? The tall one brought out a piece of paper from his pocket. It was wrinkled and stained. Your husband borrowed 200,000 naira from our chairman. He signed this paper. See his signature here. He shoved the paper in my face. I looked at it. There was a signature at the bottom. It looked like Emmanuel's handwriting, but I wasn't sure. The ink was faded. The paper looked old. When did he borrow this money? Last year, September 2023. He said he needed it to pay rent and buy goods for business. He promised to pay back in 6 months. It is now November 2024. Over 1 year. The money has grown with interest. It is now 280,000 naira. 280,000 naira. The number danced in my head like fire. Where would I find 280,000 naira? I couldn't even find 280 naira. I don't have that kind of money, I stammered. The short one stepped closer, too close. I could smell cigarettes and gin on his breath. Madam, we don't want stories. Your husband borrowed money. You are his wife. You must pay. But I don't have. We don't care if you have or you don't have. Find it. We will come back next week. If you don't have our money, we will take everything in this room. Your TV, your mattress, your pots, everything. Please, sir, I just buried my husband. I have 4 children, no job, no money. Please give me time. The tall one laughed, a wicked laugh. Time? Time is money, madam. Every day you delay, the money increases. Next week, if we come back, it will be 300,000 naira. The week after, 320,000 naira. You understand? I nodded, tears running down my face. They turned and left, their heavy footsteps echoing in the empty compound. I closed the door and slid down to the floor. Abigail came to me. Mama, who were those men? Nobody, my dear, nobody. But they were somebody. They were vultures, and I was the carcass they came to feed on. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, did Emmanuel really borrow 200,000 naira? He never told me. But then again, Emmanuel carried a lot of burdens alone. Maybe he borrowed the money and couldn't pay back. Maybe he was ashamed to tell me. Or maybe, and this thought scared me more, maybe those men were liars. Maybe they heard Emmanuel died and decided to come and extort his widow. But how would I prove it? The paper had a signature. Whether it was real or fake, I didn't know. And who would believe a poor widow over 2 intimidating men? The following day, Tuesday, another knock came. This time, it was Mr. Okon, Emmanuel's former boss. I was surprised to see him. He had contributed money for the burial, but I hadn't seen him since we came back from the village. Good afternoon, sir, I greeted, bowing slightly as custom demands. Bibi, how are you? How are the children? We are managing, sir. God is faithful. He looked around the room. His eyes scanned the cracked walls, the thin mattress, the old standing fan by the corner. He looked at my bald head covered with black cloth. He looked at Ruby on my back. Then he sat on the plastic chair without being invited. Bibi, I have been thinking about you since Emmanuel died. He was a good man, a hard worker. I miss him at the gate. Thank you, sir. I know things are hard for you now. That is why I came. I want to help you. My heart jumped. Help. That was what I needed. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. He smiled, but something about the smile made my skin crawl. Emmanuel had death benefit from the company. Small money, but it will help you. 150,000 naira. 150,000 naira. That could pay part of the debts those men claimed. That could buy food. That could pay children's school fees. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. God will bless you, sir. When can I collect it? Mr. Okon leaned back in the chair. He crossed his legs. Well, Bibi, there is a small issue. My heart sank again. Issue, sir? You see, before Emmanuel died, he borrowed some money from me, 87,000 naira. Remember? For your mother's burial. He was supposed to pay back from his salary, but he died before he could finish paying. He only paid 20,000 naira, so he still owes 67,000 naira. I remembered. Emmanuel had told me about the loan. He was paying it back small from his salary. So, Mr. Okon continued, I would deduct the 67,000 naira from the death benefit. That leaves 83,000 naira for you. 83,000 naira was still a lot of money. I nodded. That is fair, sir. Thank you, sir. But he paused. The smile on his face widened. There is another way, a way where you can collect the full 150,000 naira without any deduction. How, sir? He leaned forward. His eyes moved from my face to my body, then back to my face. Bibi, you are still a young woman, beautiful woman. It is a waste for you to suffer like this. I can take care of you. You and your children. You just need to be nice to me." The words hung in the air like bad smell. I understood what he was saying, but my brain refused to accept it. "Sir? You know what I mean, Bibi. Be my woman. Come to my house sometimes. Make me happy. In return, I will give you money every month. I will pay your children's school fees. I will help you find a new house. You will not suffer." My stomach turned. This man, old enough to be my father, who called Emmanuel his boy, who prayed for Emmanuel's soul to rest in peace, this same man was now asking me to sleep with him. "Sir, I cannot." His face hardened. "Cannot? Why?" "Sir, I just buried my husband. I am still mourning. I cannot. I cannot do what you are asking." "Mourning?" He laughed. "Bibi, mourning does not pay bills. Mourning does not feed children. You need money. I have money. It is a simple transaction. Sir, please, just give me the death benefits. I will manage with the 83,000 naira after you remove your debt." He stood up. His face was no longer friendly. "Bibi, let me tell you something. That death benefit, it is not automatic. I am the one that will approve it. If I say there is no money, there is no money. If I say Emmanuel was owing the company, then he was owing. You understand? But sir, I am giving you 1 week to think about it. If you agree to my offer, you get 150,000 naira. If you refuse, you get nothing. In fact, I would say Emmanuel was owing the company 200,000 naira. Then you will owe me 50,000 naira. He walked to the door, then turned back. Think well, Bibi. A woman with 4 children and no husband cannot afford to be proud. Pride does not put food on the table. He left. I stood there, shaking. Ruby started crying on my back. My breasts were still dry. I had nothing to give her. Nothing to give any of them. And now this. God, I prayed silently. Is this what it means to be a widow? To be haunted by men who smell blood? To choose between my body and my children's survival? I didn't tell anyone about Mr. Okon's visit. Not Mama Ngozi, not my church members. Shame covered me like a thick blanket. How do you tell people that your husband's boss wants to sleep with you in exchange for money that is rightfully yours? The week moved like a funeral procession, slow, heavy, suffocating. No food. I borrowed 500 naira from Mama Ngozi to buy Gary. She asked when I would pay back. I said soon. She didn't look convinced. Thursday. Ruby's fever came back. Her body was hot like coal. I used cold water to bathe her. No money for clinic. I prayed. God, if you are there, if you care, please let this child survive. Friday, Engineer Ize's boys came again. They counted the remaining rooms. Only 3 rooms still had people. Us, Mama Ngozi, and one old man, Papa John, who was deaf and didn't seem to understand he was supposed to leave. December 31st is not far. Oh, they reminded me, start packing. Packing to where? I wanted to ask, but I just nodded. Saturday, Abigail asked me again about school. Mama, we have not gone to school for 3 weeks now. My friends are learning. I am forgetting my spellings. I held her close. Soon, my dear, very soon. She looked at me with eyes that said she no longer believed my soon. Church. I tied my black mourning cloth and carried Ruby on my back. The children wore their only good clothes, now faded from too much washing. We walked to church because I had no money for bus. It took us 45 minutes. David's feet hurt. Blessing complained. Abigail walked quietly, like she was carrying the world on her 8-year-old shoulders. At church, people looked at me with pity, some with judgment. That woman, her husband just died and left her with 4 children. What will she do? They whispered. I heard them. I pretended not to hear them. After service, a woman approached me, Sister Clara. She was one of the wealthy members. She drove a Lexus Jeep. Her husband owned a hotel in Victoria Island. She always wore expensive lace and jewelry that sparkled like stars. Sister Bibi, I have been thinking about you, she said, her voice sweet like honey. Thank you, ma. I know things are hard for you. 4 children, no husband, no job. It is not easy. I nodded. Tears threatened to come, but I blinked them back. I was tired of crying in public. I want to help you. Sister Clara continued, your second daughter, Blessing. She is a beautiful, sharp girl. I have been watching her in children's church. Very intelligent. Yes, ma. Blessing is very sharp. How about this? Let Blessing come and stay with us. My children are all grown and in university abroad. My house is too big and quiet. Blessing will live with us. She will go to good school. Private school in Lekki. She will eat good food, wear good clothes. I will take care of her like my own daughter. And you will have one less mouth to feed. It will make things easier for you. The offer hung in the air like a rope thrown to a drowning person. One less mouth to feed, one child in good school, good food, good clothes. Wasn't this what every mother wanted for her child? But something in my spirit resisted. I looked at Blessing, who was playing with her siblings in the church compound. My dancing girl, my stubborn, beautiful, loud Blessing. Give her to a stranger. Sister Clara, thank you for the offer, but I don't know. What don't you know? I am offering to help your child. Do you know how many parents are begging for this kind of opportunity? I know, ma, but I barely know you, ma. And Blessing, she is just 5 years old. She needs her mother. Sister Clara's face changed. The sweetness disappeared. Bibi, let me give you advice. In this life, when help comes, take it. Don't let pride stop you from giving your children a better life. Blessing will be fine with me. She will visit you every weekend if you want, but you need to reduce your burden. Think about it. She turned and walked to her Lexus Jeep. Her driver opened the door for her. She entered and drove away, leaving a cloud of dust and expensive perfume behind. That night, I couldn't sleep. Again. My mind was a war zone. Sister Clara's offer, Mr. Okon's proposition, the debt collector's threats, the December deadline, the children's school fees, Ruby's fever, Emmanuel's absence. I looked at Blessing sleeping on the mat, her mouth slightly open, her hand holding Abigail's hand. They always slept holding hands, these two sisters. Could I separate them? Could I send Blessing away? But what if Sister Clara truly wanted to help? What if I was being foolish, letting pride stop me from giving my daughter a better life? Or what if Sister Clara was like the people you hear about on the news? People who take children and maltreat them, make them house slaves, some even harvest their organs for rituals. How would I know? I barely knew this woman. I only saw her in church, always dressed in expensive clothes, always giving testimonies about how God blessed her business. But what happened inside her house? What kind of person was she when the church doors closed? And Blessing was stubborn, strong-willed. What if she misbehaved and Sister Clara beat her? What if she was given too much housework? What if she was not fed well? What if she cried for me at night and I wasn't there? But on the other hand, what could I offer? Blessing here. Hunger? No school? Watching her mother be harassed by creditors and propositioned by predators? Was that better than a chance at good education and full stomach? I was still wrestling with these thoughts when Monday came again. The week I had been dreading. The week Mr. Okon said he would come back for my answer. True to his word, he came on Monday evening. Same time as before. Same fake smile on his face. Bibi, have you thought about my offer? Yes, sir. And I looked at my children. Abigail was reading an old newspaper she found in the compound, teaching herself because she had no school. Blessing was singing a song she made up about her father being in heaven. David was sleeping, his stomach probably hurting from too much gari and too little food. Ruby was on my back, weak, her cries now just whimpers. I looked back at Mr. Okon. Sir, I cannot accept your offer. I am still mourning my husband. What you are asking is not right. Please, just give me the death benefits. Even if you remove your debt, just give me the remaining money. His face darkened like storm clouds. So you are choosing pride over your children's survival? It is not pride, sir. It is respect. Respect for my husband's memory. Respect for myself. Respect? He laughed bitterly. Respect does not pay bills, Bibi. You are making a mistake, a big mistake. Maybe, sir, but it is my mistake to make. He stood up. Fine. Since you have refused my help, let me tell you the truth. There is no death benefit. The company does not owe Emmanuel anything. In fact, Emmanuel was owing the company. He borrowed 150,000 naira from the company cooperative. He paid only 30,000 naira before he died. So he owes 120,000 naira plus the 67,000 naira he owes me personally. That is 187,000 naira total. My head spun. But you said there was death benefits. You said I was trying to help you. I was going to give you money from my own pocket if you agreed to be nice to me. But since you want to be proud, then pay what your husband owes. I want my money. The company wants their money. If you don't pay, we will take you to court. He walked out. This time, he didn't turn back. I sat down on the floor. My head was too heavy for my neck to carry. Abigail came and sat beside me. Mama, what did Uncle say? Nothing, my dear. He said nothing. But he said everything. He confirmed what I was beginning to understand about the world. When a woman loses her husband, she doesn't just lose her partner, she loses her protection. She becomes prey. Everyone wants a piece of her, her body, her money, her children, her dignity. The next day, Tuesday, Mama Ngozi came to my door. She looked uncomfortable, like she was carrying bad news in her mouth and didn't know how to spit it out. Bibi, I am leaving. Leaving where? Leaving this compound. My sister in Ikorodu has space in her house. She said I can come and stay with her until I find my own place. I cannot wait until December. This place is becoming like graveyard. Empty, quiet. It is affecting my spirit. I understood. I felt it too. The compound was dying. Houses that were once full of noise and life were now empty with padlocks and cobwebs. Only me, Mama Ngozi, and deaf Papa John remained. And now Mama Ngozi was leaving. When are you going? I asked. This weekend, Saturday. 4 days. In 4 days, I would be almost alone. Mama Ngozi, I still owe you money. The 5,000 naira you lent me for Baba Alhaji and the 500 naira for Gary last week, I have not forgotten. She waved her hand. Bibi, forget about that money. Consider it as my contribution for Emmanuel's burial. You don't owe me anything. Tears filled my eyes. Thank you, Mama Ngozi. God will bless you. She hugged me briefly, then left. I watched her go into her room to continue packing. In my heart, I knew, when she leaves, I will truly be alone. Alone with 4 children in an empty compound waiting to be demolished. Alone with debts I cannot pay. Alone with decisions I cannot make. That week stretched like suffering. Each day brought new anxiety, new fear, new desperation. The debt collectors came back, the same 2 men. This time they were not patient. The tall one pushed my door open without knocking. Where is our money? I don't have it. Please, I am trying. The short one entered my room. He looked around. He pointed at the standing fan in the room. How much is this fan? It's very old. It's not working well. I asked how much. He retorted. I don't know. Maybe 10,000 naira. What about this mattress? Please, sir, don't take my mattress. My children sleep on it. Then give us our money. You have until next week. If you don't pay, we will come with a truck and clear this room. Everything. You hear me? Everything. They left. Abigail was shaking. She had watched everything. Mama, will they take our bed? No, my dear, they will not take anything. Mama will find the money. But how? How does one find 280,000 naira? Or was it 300,000 now? When one cannot even find 300 naira for bread. Thursday. Ruby stopped crying. At first, I thought she was sleeping. But when I touched her, her body was cold. Panic seized me. I shook her. Ruby, Ruby. She opened her eyes weakly. She was alive, but barely. I knew I needed to take her to the hospital. But hospital means money. Admission means money. Drugs mean money. Everything means money I don't have. I went to the free government clinic in the next street. The nurse, a tired-looking woman, examined Ruby. This baby is malnourished and dehydrated. She needs to be admitted. I don't have money for admission. Then give her ORS. Give her food. If you have money, buy infant formula. This baby needs urgent nutrition or she will die. Die. That word again. First Mama, then Emmanuel, now Ruby. God, how much are you going to take from me? Friday, Sister Clara saw me at the market. I was buying 50 naira tomatoes with money I borrowed from a woman who sold vegetables. Sister Clara's driver was buying things in bulk: rice, beans, chicken, cooking oil. She saw me and came over. Sister Bibi, have you thought about my offer? Yes, ma. And I wanted to say yes. I wanted to hand over blessing and reduce my burden. But when I opened my mouth, what came out was, Ma, I am afraid. Afraid of what? Ma, I don't know you very well. What if? What if Blessing is not treated well? What if she is maltreated? What if something bad happens to her? How will I know? I am her mother. God gave her to me to protect. If I give her away and something happens, I will never forgive myself. Sister Clara's face softened. For the first time, she looked genuinely kind. Bibi, I understand your fear. Every mother would feel the same. But I am a child of God. I cannot maltreat a child. Blessing will be fine with me. Better than fine. She would thrive. But ma, I hear stories. Stories of people who take children and treat them like slaves. Make them wash, cook, clean from morning to night. Some even use children for ritual. Sister Clara's face hardened again. Is that what you think of me, that I am a ritualist? No, ma, I am not saying that. I am confused. I don't know what to do. My mind is telling me to let Blessing go so she can have a better life. But my heart is telling me to keep my children together, all 4 of them. What if she cries for me at night? What if she thinks I abandoned her? Sister Clara sighed. Bibi, the choice is yours. I am offering to help. If you don't want my help, fine. But don't come back later to say you regret not giving your daughter a chance at a better life. She walked away, back to her driver and her car full of food. I stood there in the market, holding my 15 naira tomatoes, wondering, am I being foolish? Am I letting my children suffer because of my fear? Saturday came. Mama Ngozi left. Her relatives came with a truck and carried her things. I helped her carry some bags. When she was done packing, she hugged me. Bibi, I am praying for you. God will make a way. Thank you, Mama. And Bibi, don't give your child to that Sister Clara. I know her type. They look holy in church, but their houses are full of wickedness. Keep your children close, all of them. God will provide. She entered the truck and drove away. I stood at the gate and watched until the truck disappeared. Now it was just me, my 4 children, and deaf Papa John in this dying compound. That night, I sat with my children on the mat. We had eaten the last of the gari. My stomach was empty. Their stomachs were empty. Ruby was on my chest, too weak to even suck. Tomorrow was Sunday. I had no transport money for church. I had no money for anything. Mama, Abigail said quietly, are we going to die? The question froze my heart. No, my dear, we are not going to die. But we have no food, no money. Daddy is gone. The men want to take our bed. Where will we sleep? Where will we go in December when they break the house? I pulled her close. I pulled all of them close. Listen to me, my children. We will not die. Your daddy in heaven is watching us. God in heaven is watching us. They will not let us die. Mama will find a way. I promise you, I will find a way. But even as I said the words, I didn't believe them. How do you find a way when all roads are blocked? Monday morning, I was sweeping the compound when a woman walked in. I didn't recognize her at first. She was wearing jeans and a t-shirt, looking younger than her age. Then she smiled. Bibi, it's me, Amaka. Amaka, my childhood friend from secondary school. We had lost touch after I left school to help Mama sell vegetables. Last I heard, she was working in a hotel in Lagos. Amaka, I hugged her, almost crying from the joy of seeing a familiar face that was not connected to death or trouble. Bibi, I heard about your husband. I am so sorry. I wanted to come for the burial, but I was traveling. I only came back last week. I asked around and somebody told me you live here. We sat outside on the bench. She looked at my bald head, my black cloth, my wrapper that had been washed so many times, the color was faded. Bibi, how are you managing? And for the first time in weeks, I told someone everything. Not Mama Ngozi, not church members, not family. I told Amaka about Emmanuel's death, about the debt collectors, about Mr. Okon's wicked proposition, about Sister Clara's offer to take blessing, about the empty compound and December deadline, about my dry breast and Ruby's fever and children asking where their father went. I talked and talked until my throat was dry. Amaka listened, her eyes filling with tears. When I finished, she was quiet for a long time. Then she said, Bibi, you need help, real help. I know, but where? Who will help a widow with 4 children and nothing to offer? Have you thought about social media? Social media? What is that? She brought out her phone. It was an iPhone, the type I had only seen in movies. She opened something called YouTube. See this app? People tell their stories here. Real stories, sad stories, happy stories, survival stories. People watch the stories. If they like the story, they subscribe to your channel. When you get enough subscribers and enough people watching, YouTube pays you money. I looked at the phone. I didn't understand. They pay you for telling stories? Yes, it's called monetization. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. When you reach that, YouTube starts putting small adverts on your videos. Every time someone watches your video, you earn small money. Some people are making millions from YouTube. But Amaka, I don't have phone. I don't even know how to use these things. And who will want to hear my story? I am just a poor widow. That is exactly why people will want to hear your story. People love real stories, stories that touch the heart. Your story will make some people cry. It will make them want to help you. And the best part is, you don't need to show your face if you don't want to. We can use AI. AI, what is that? Artificial intelligence. It can create images and videos and even voice. I will help you. You just need to write your story or tell me, and AI will create the images we will use for the video for you. Then we upload it on YouTube. If it goes viral, if many people watch it, your life can change. I looked at her like she was speaking a foreign language. But her eyes were serious. She believed what she was saying. Amaka, I don't know anything about all these things. Computer, AI, YouTube. I only finished secondary school. I can barely read English well. That's okay, I will help you. I work in social media now. I manage Instagram and TikTok accounts for some businesses. I know how these things work. Trust me, Bibi, your story is powerful. People need to hear it. And when they hear it, some will want to help, some will subscribe, some will share it. And slowly, you can start earning money to take care of your children. A small light flickered in my heart. Small, like a match in the wind, but it was there. You will help me, I asked. Yes, I will help you. We are friends. Abi, that is what friends do. That week, Amaka came every evening. She brought her laptop. She taught me about YouTube. She showed me channels where people told stories and had millions of subscribers. She showed me how much money some of them were making. But Bibi, she warned, it takes time. You might not get subscribers immediately. You might not get monetized for months. But if your story is good, if people connect with it, it can happen faster. The most important thing is to start. Tell your story. Let people know what you are going through. Let them see the real Nigeria that is hidden behind the big houses and nice cars. We started writing my story. I told her everything. From the day I met Emmanuel at Maryland bus stop to the day I buried him with cutlass and broom and torch. Every detail, every pain, every tear, every fear. Amaka typed everything on her computer. When we finished, the story was long, very long. We will break it into parts, she said. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. That way, people will wait for the next part. They will keep coming back to your channel. She used AI to create images for the video. Images of a woman selling pure water. Images of a small room with cracked walls. Images of a swollen man in wrapper. Images of a burial. Images of a bald widow with 4 children. The AI made the images look so real, like photographs. Then she used another AI to clone my voice. She fed it my story and it created a voice that sounded like a real Nigerian woman telling her story. When I heard the voice reading my story with images showing, I cried. It was my life, my pain, my reality. But now, it was out there in a video, ready to be shared with the world. This is part 1, Amaka said. We will upload it tomorrow. Then after some days, we upload part 2. Then part 3. And what do I do after uploading? You wait, you pray, you share the link to everyone you know, you post it on WhatsApp status, you tell people to watch, subscribe, like and comment. The more engagement you get, the more YouTube will push your video to other people. That is how it works. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not from worry this time, but from a strange feeling I hadn't felt in months. Hope. Small hope, like a seed planted in dry ground. I didn't know if it would grow, but it was there. The next day, Tuesday, Amaka came with her phone and laptop. We sat outside on the bench. She opened her laptop and showed me my YouTube channel. She had created it for me. Now, we upload part 1, she said. She clicked some buttons. The video started uploading. It took 15 minutes. When it finished, she smiled. It's done. Your story is now live on YouTube. Anyone in the world can watch it. I looked at the screen. My story, my life, out there for strangers to see. What if nobody watches it? I asked. Then we try again. We improve. We share it more. But Bibi, I have a feeling about this one. Your story is real. It is raw. People will feel it. Now we wait, she said. Waiting is hard when you have no food and 4 hungry children. Wednesday came. Still no change. I checked the channel on Amaka's phone. The video had 3 views. 3 people in the whole world had watched my story. I felt disappointed. 3 people cannot change my life. Give it time, Amaka encouraged. These things don't happen overnight. Thursday, the debt collectors came back. This time they brought a 3rd man with a camera. They started taking pictures of my things. What are you doing? I asked, panic rising in my chest. Since you don't have our money, we are cataloging your properties. Next week we will come with police and take everything. Police? But I have not done anything wrong. Your husband borrowed money and didn't pay. That is fraud. You are his wife. You are liable. If you don't pay, you will pay with your properties. If properties are not enough, you will pay with your freedom. We will lock you up. Lock me up? Prison? Who will take care of my children if I am in prison? After they left, I collapsed on the mat. Abigail held my hand. Mama, I am scared. Me too, my dear, me too. That evening, Amaka came. I checked the video on Amaka's phone. The views had moved from 3 to 7. My heart sank. Was this all? After pouring out my soul, after sharing my deepest pain, only 7 people cared enough to watch? Give it time, Amaka said, seeing my disappointment. On Saturday, the debt collectors came back. This time, they were angrier than before. Where is our money? The tall one demanded, pushing my door open without knocking. I don't have it. Please, I am trying. The short one entered my room. He looked around. He pointed at my standing fan. We told you last time, since you don't have cash, we will take properties. Please, sir, that fan is all my children have. Don't take it. Then give us money. I don't have money. My husband just died. I have 4 children. Please have mercy. The tall one laughed, a bitter, mocking laugh. Mercy, your husband borrowed our chairman's money and refused to pay. Now he is dead and you are here telling us mercy. Madam, This is Nigeria. Nobody shows mercy to debtors. They unplugged my standing fan and carried it out. Abigail started crying. Blessing held on to the short man's leg, begging, "Uncle, please, don't take our fan. Please." He pushed her away. She fell on the ground. I rushed to pick her up. They carried the fan to their car and drove away. That night, the room felt emptier than ever. The children kept looking at the corner where the fan used to be. David asked, "Mama, when are they bringing our fan back?" "I don't know, my dear." He started crying. I had no words to comfort him. On Sunday, we went to church. I borrowed transport money from the woman who sells vegetables near our compound. I promised to pay back, even though I didn't know how. At church, Sister Clara saw me. She came straight to me after service, her expensive perfume announcing her before she even spoke. "Sister Bibi, have you thought about my offer?" "Yes, ma." And I looked at Blessing, who was playing with her siblings in the church compound. My dancing girl, my stubborn, beautiful Blessing. "Ma, I am still thinking. I am afraid. What if? What if what? Bibi, I am offering your child a better life, good school, good food, good clothes, and you are here thinking, while you are thinking, time is passing. December is coming. Where will you go? How will you feed them? How will they go to school?" Her words hit me like slaps. Because she was right. December was coming. I had nowhere to go. No money for rent, no money for food, no money for school fees. What was I holding on to? "Ma, can I have more time to think?" She looked at me with what seemed like pity mixed with frustration. "You have until next Sunday. After that, the offer is closed. I am trying to help you, Bibi. Don't let pride make you lose this opportunity." She walked away, back to her Lexus Jeep with driver and air conditioner. Monday came. Another week of suffering began. I checked the YouTube video again. It now had 17 views. 17 people in the whole world had watched my story. Some had commented. Tuesday, the debt collectors came again. This time, they took my mattress, the thin 6-inch mattress where my family slept. They said it would be sold to offset part of the debt. Now we slept on bare cement floor, with only a wrapper to cover the ground. That night was the worst. The floor was hard and cold. Ruby couldn't sleep well. She cried all night. The other children tossed and turned, trying to find comfort on the unforgiving ground. On Wednesday, I went to the school to beg the headmistress. Maybe if I explained my situation, she would have mercy. Maybe she would let the children come back to school while I looked for money. Mrs. Adebayo, the headmistress, listened to my story. When I finished, she shook her head. "Mrs. Emmanuel, I sympathize with you. Truly, I do. But this is a private school. We have bills to pay, teachers to pay. We cannot run a charity. If I allow your children to come without paying, other parents will want the same. You understand my position, Abby? Ma, please, my children have not been to school for over a month now. They are forgetting what they learned. Abigail is very brilliant. She wants to learn. Please, ma, let them come back. I will pay. I promise. Just give me small time." "How much time?" 1 month. By December, I will find the money." She looked at me like I had just told her I would fly to the moon. "December, Mrs. Emmanuel? It is already mid-November. December is next month. Where will you find 31,000 naira in 1 month?" "I don't know, ma, but I will try. Please, ma." She sighed. "I am sorry, but until you pay at least 20,000 naira, I cannot allow them back. That is my final word." I left the school with tears running down my face. 20,000 naira. It might as well have been 20 million naira. I had no way of getting it. Thursday, Amaka came to the compound. She checked the YouTube video. It now had 100 views. "It's growing slowly," she said, trying to sound hopeful. "Part 2 is ready. Should we upload it?" "Will it make any difference? Only 100 people watch Part 1. What if Part 2 also gets only 200 views? What is the point?" "Bibi, you cannot give up now. You have started. You have told your story. You must finish it. Maybe Part 2 will perform better. Maybe someone will share it and it will reach the right people. But if you give up, you will never know. She was right. What else did I have? This YouTube video was my last hope, my only hope. That evening, we uploaded part 2, the story of Emmanuel's sickness, Baba Alhaji, the spiritual attack, his death, the burial, all the pain, all the tears, all the loss. By Saturday when we met, part 2 had 47 views. Part 1 had moved to 231 views. Small progress, too small, too slow. Sunday, Sister Clara cornered me immediately after service. Bibi, this is your last chance. I told you I need an answer today. I looked at Blessing. She was singing a song she had learned in children's church. Her voice was sweet and loud. She had no idea that her mother was about to make a decision that would change her life forever. Ma, the words stuck in my throat. How do you give away your child, even for her own good, even to save her from poverty and hunger? I need to think more, Ma. Sister Clara's face hardened. You know what, Bibi, forget it. I have tried to help you, but you are too stubborn, too proud. You want to suffer with your children? Fine. Suffer together. When December comes and you people are on the streets, don't come looking for me. She walked away. This time, I knew she meant it. The offer was gone. That night, after we uploaded part 3, this part you are watching or listening to right now, I sat with my children on the hard floor. Ruby was on my chest, finally sleeping after drinking the last of the formula milk I had bought with the last 500 naira I borrowed. Abigail, Blessing, and David were lying on the wrapper, tired but unable to sleep properly on the hard ground. Mama, Abigail whispered in the dark, are we going to be okay? I wanted to say yes. I wanted to promise her that everything would be fine, but I was tired of lying to my children. I don't know, my dear, but I am trying. I am trying very hard. Is anyone watching your YouTube video? Small people, not many. Maybe more people will watch tomorrow. Maybe. I will pray for that. I will pray that many people watch it and help us. My 8-year-old daughter, who should be worried about homework and playground games, was praying for YouTube views. What kind of life was this? Now, as I prepare to upload this part 3, this part you are watching or listening to right now, I am scared. Scared that nobody will watch. Scared that my story will just disappear into the internet like a drop of water in the ocean. Scared that December 31st will come and find me and my children on the streets. But I am also hopeful. Hopeful that maybe, just maybe, you watching or listening to this right now will care, will share, will help. So far, only a few hundred people have watched my story. I know there are videos on YouTube with millions of views, but to me, each view is a person, a real human being who took time to listen to my pain. And I am grateful for every single one. But I need more. I desperately need more. Not because I am greedy, but because I am drowning and I need more hands to pull me out. Let me tell you what I am facing right now as I speak to you. 1. December 31st is 6 weeks away. That is the day this compound will be demolished. I have nowhere to go. To rent a one-room apartment in Lagos costs at least 200,000 naira for 1 year, plus agent fee of 50,000 naira, plus caution deposit. I need at least 300,000 naira to secure a place for me and my children. I have 0 naira. Where will we go? Will we sleep on the streets? Will my children be homeless? 2. My children have not been to school for over a month. The school fees balance is 31,000 naira. Abigail is in primary 3. She's very brilliant. She loves school. But she's at home, forgetting her lessons. Blessing is in primary 1. David is in nursery. All of them at home. No education, no future. The headmistress said, until I pay at least 20,000 naira, they cannot return. How will I find this money? 3. We have no mattress. The debt collectors took it. We sleep on bare cement floor now. It is hard and cold. The children get mosquito bites. David has fever from sleeping on the floor. But what can I do? 4. We have no TV. I sold our small TV when Emmanuel was sick. It was old and barely working, but it was all the children had. Now they have nothing. No entertainment, no cartoons, just hunger and boredom and fear. 5. Baby Ruby needs milk. She is 3 months old. My breasts are still dry. I cannot produce enough milk. She needs formula. Formula costs 1,500 naira per tin. One tin lasts few weeks. Where will I get money to keep buying milk every other week? 6. The debt collectors are coming back. 2 men claiming my husband owed them 200,000 naira. They have threatened to take me to court, to take all my remaining properties, even to lock me up and leave my children alone. I don't know if the debt is real or if they are scammers taking advantage of a helpless widow, but they are coming. And I am afraid. 7. Mr. Okon is still holding the debt benefits. Emmanuel's boss, the man who asked me to sleep with him in exchange for money that is rightfully mine. Because I refused, he's now claiming Emmanuel owed the company money. He's now saying I owe him 187,000 naira instead of him owing me 150,000 naira. How is this fair? How is this right? 8. Sister Clara's offer is gone. I was too afraid to give my daughter to her, too afraid of what might happen. Now she has withdrawn the offer. She says I am too proud, too stubborn. Maybe she is right. Maybe I am choosing to suffer with my children when I could have given one of them a better life. But how do I know she would treat Blessing well? How do I know she wouldn't maltreat her? I am torn. I am confused. These are my problems. These are the things keeping me awake at night while my children sleep on hard floor with empty stomachs. This YouTube channel is my last hope, my only hope. Amaka, my friend, showed me how to use AI to tell my story. She said if enough people watch, if I get enough subscribers, YouTube will start paying me. She said some people are making millions from YouTube. I don't need millions. I just need enough to pay rent, enough to send my children to school, enough to feed them, enough to survive until I can find my footing as a widow in this harsh city. But right now, my videos have very few views, very few people are watching, and time is running out. So I am asking you, begging you, please help me. Here is what you can do. 1. Subscribe to this channel. Click that subscribe button. It is free, it costs you nothing, but it means everything to me. When I reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube will start paying me monthly. Right now, I don't even have 5 subscribers. You could be subscriber number 5, or 100, or 500. Every subscription brings me closer to survival. 2. Like this video. Click the thumbs up button. It helps YouTube show this video to more people. The more likes I get, the more YouTube will push my video to other viewers. You could be the one whose like makes the difference. 3. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Should I have given blessing to Sister Clara? Am I being foolish for refusing? Should I trust the debt collectors or are they scammers? Do you know any organization that helps widows? Any person who can help with rents? Any lawyer who can advise me? Your comments are not just words to me. They are guidance. They are hope. They are proof that I am not alone. And here is something important. Comments also help the video reach more people. YouTube sees active comments and pushes the video to more viewers. So even if you don't have money to help, your comments can help my story reach someone who does. 4. Share this video. This is the most important one. Share it on your WhatsApp status. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, anywhere you can. Send it to your family group chat. Send it to your church WhatsApp group. Send it to your friends. You don't know who might be able to help. You don't know who might know someone who can help. Maybe one of your contacts is a landlord who has an empty room and a kind heart. Maybe one of your contacts runs an NGO that helps widows. Maybe one of your contacts is just a good person who wants to make a difference. But they will never know about me unless you share my story. Your share could save my family. Please, don't keep this video to yourself. Some of you watching might be asking, why doesn't she just go and work? Let me answer. I want to work. I am not lazy. Before Emmanuel died, I used to wash clothes for neighbors, plait hair, do small things to help. But now, how can I work? Ruby is 3 months old. She needs me every minute. Who will watch her if I go to work? Daycare costs money I don't have. Abigail is 8. Blessing is 5. David is 3. They are too young to be left alone. What if something happens to them while I am away? What if someone tries to harm them? And what job will I do that pays enough to cover rent, school fees, food, medicine, childcare, and all the debts people are claiming? Even if I find a job as housemaid that pays 30,000 naira per month, after transport and feeding, what is left? And who will watch my children while I am working in someone else's house? This is the reality of being a widow with small children in Nigeria. You cannot work because you must watch your children, but you must work because you need money. It is a trap with no way out. That is why this YouTube channel is my hope. If enough people watch, if I get monetized, I can earn money while taking care of my children at home. I can tell my story and work at the same time. This is not begging. This is me trying to survive in the only way I know how. To every widow watching this, every single mother struggling, every woman who lost her husband and is now fighting to survive, you are not alone. I see you. I feel your pain. I know the shame of begging. I know the fear of not knowing where next meal will come from. I know the weight of children's eyes looking at you for answers you don't have. This story is for you too. If my story can help me, maybe it can encourage you to also speak up, to also ask for help, to also refuse to die in silence. To everyone else watching, thank you. Thank you for taking time to listen to a poor widow's story. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being human in a world that is becoming more and more wicked. I don't know if this video will get 1,000 views or 10,000 views or just stay at 200 views. I don't know if anyone will subscribe or comment or share. I don't know if this will work. But I had to try. What is the alternative? To sit and wait for December 31st? To watch my children suffer without fighting for them? No. I would rather try and fail than not try at all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. And please, in the comments, tell me, did I make a mistake refusing Sister Clara's offer? Should I have given blessing to her? What should I do about the debt collectors? What should I do about Mr. Okon? I need your wisdom. I need your advice. I need your help. God bless you. Will there be positive news to share in part 4? Only time will tell.